Today I wanted to do something different. I wanted to read to you a story that I, omitted from the book intentionally, but it was a powerful story, and I wanted to share with you some of the things that, I didn't put in the book because it's important to keep the focus on building your unstoppable belief. But this is a great story, and I wanted to share with you because I felt like it was important to share some of the things that I've been working on behind the scenes to just give you an insight as to what this writing process has looked like. So this is Untold Story number 2. You can't mentor someone who isn't seeking growth. So when one of my mentors asked, he asked me, as you continue to grow, don't just look for who can pour into you, but look for somebody that you can pour into. This stirred something up in me. And at the time, I was still deeply focused on getting mentorship myself. This challengement, it made me pause. Who could I pour into? That thought not only was uncomfortable, but it was unfamiliar. But I knew enough to know that growth lives just beyond the edge of what feels safe. So I decided to act. I stepped completely outside of my comfort zone, and I reached out to a young man I'd been observing for a while. He had potential, he had presence, and I believe he had the hunger and humility to grow. I saw myself in him, at least the version of me I wish someone believed in. So I offered to walk alongside him. Nothing formal, just time, guidance, and support. But I was wrong. He didn't reject me outright, but it was clear that he wasn't interested. And not because he didn't need mentorship. He just didn't want it from me. That experience taught me something important. Not everyone who needs mentorship is ready to receive it. And even if they are, they might want it from someone else. Here's a nuance that you may be familiar with. Some people are open to being mentored, but only by the CEO, the founder, the loudest voice, or the person with the biggest title. They want the most visible, successful leader they've seen, thinking that that's where the real value lies. What they need, though, is often someone who is just 1, 2, or even 3 steps ahead. If I'm being honest, I've been there myself. Early in my leadership journey, I passed up countless opportunities to learn and grow because I was holding out for the big name. I wasn't humble enough to learn from those around me, and I thought value only flowed from the top. But I learned very quickly. You can learn from anyone if you're humble enough to receive it. You can learn from someone's wins, from their mistakes, from their discipline, even from their silence. That young man and I didn't connect the way that I had hoped back then. I was discouraged. I questioned myself. Did I misread his potential? Was I too forward? But here's where the story shifts. 2 years later, that same young man began serving alongside me in a volunteer leadership organization. Together, we helped grow a transformational personal development community. We didn't just run events, we built momentum, leadership pipelines, and real impact. He became someone that I could count on. As I cast vision, he brought balance. As I led boldly, he led steadily. And one day, after wrapping up a big event, it was one of our major events, he looked at me and said, "It's pretty cool the things that we get to do." I smiled because I knew that we had both grown. Sometimes your step of faith isn't for the now. It's for the seed that takes time to grow. What started as rejection ended as a real relationship. What began as discomfort grew into trust. And what I thought was a missed opportunity became one of the best leadership partnerships I've had. So if you're out there stepping outside your comfort zone, trying to lead, serve, guide, or build something meaningful, and it's not being received the way that you hope, don't give up. You're not failing, you're planting. And the seeds don't grow on your schedule. So keep showing up, keep serving, keep offering, because someone's breakthrough might still be growing beneath the surface. And when the time is right, it will rise. Now go out and dominate your space.